Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Mike here from ONTGames, and today we are continuing our playthrough of franchise mode in NHL 18 with the Vegas Golden Knights. So we are 11, 12, and 1 at the start of December. We're just going to get the simulation going. We are going to go up into the trade deadline, and then we'll stop and we'll make decisions, and we'll do everything else in the next video. So before we get started, I just want to check out the prospects and see who we're dealing with for this year's draft, because you never know. Could get some pretty good picks if we don't finish high enough. We are going to try our best this year to make the playoffs. If we don't, we don't. If we do, well, we do. But I really have no expectations for this team this season. We are an expansion team, so shouldn't be any expectations anyway. So I'm going to go check out the prospects and see who we are working with. So here's what we're working with for the prospects this year. Some pretty good potentials. Of course, Rasmus Dahlin, arguably going to go first overall in this year's draft in real life. So we'll see what happens with him. But he's got some pretty good potential, and he's got some pretty good stats from what our scouts have been telling us. We have gone to Sweden 4 times, so we're going to have to keep an eye on him for sure. And of course, we have this guy as well. I don't want to butcher his last name, so I'm going to leave it, but you can see it. You can see it. But he has elite potential, two-way forward, so that's pretty good. So a couple guys we can go after, and then, you know, we'll have to get scouting on some of these other guys as well. So I'm going to make a mental note of some of these guys. I'd like to grab really any of them if they have good potential. I don't really have a preference at this moment, but let me know if there's anybody I should be looking out for come draft time, but I'll have to keep a mental note of these guys, and we'll have to scout them accordingly. So before we get going, I just wanted to show everybody who was signed as a free agent. These are, of course, everybody else aside from Jaromir Jagr. So here's everybody signed to other teams in free agency, and there was one trade. So Andrew Ladd and Jason Chimera are heading to San Jose in exchange for a second and third round pick in 2019. So that's the only trade that has went down so far. I'll check out periodically to see if anything else has happened, but let's get started with the simulation. Of course, I will be stopping it periodically to let the scout know where to go and to be swapping out the goaltenders. Of course, I want to give Marc-Andre Fleury some rest, and I want to give Calvin Pickard some playing time as well. So aside from that, that's all we're going to be stopping, and let's get going. So we're going to sim until the Nashville game. Okay, let me do this quickly. So we're going to sim up until that Nashville game. We'll give Pickard that game, and then we'll give Fleury the Dallas game. So let me just go swap out Pickard. So we have lost 2 of our last 3 to start December. So let me swap out Fleury, put Pickard in, and then I'll do the swap again, and then we'll get going. So Pickard did not get the win. They lost 4-2 to Nashville. So again, no expectations for this team. We're just going to see how we do this. That's a big win, 7-1. We're just going to see how we do this season. And as an expansion team, you can't really have any expectations. Okay, hang on. Brayden McNabb is out with a mild concussion. He's going to come back on December 18th. So let me just swap out McNabb, put in Miller, and we'll get going. So we actually did get a trade offer. So Buffalo wants Derek Roy and a 4th for a 4th. We're not going to do that. No, we're not. Why would I give up a player who we're going to use as depth for a 4th and give away a 4th? That really makes no sense. I mean, maybe it's a better 4th, but not enough to warrant a trade. So I think I'm going to take Derek Roy off the trade block. I'm assuming he's on. Oh, he's not even there. Alright, okay, so never mind. So to close out 26, or 7, wow, I don't even know where we are. To close out 2017, we are 16, 16, and 5. So we're going to progress until February 27th for the trade deadline, and we're going to stop right there. So let's get going. I gotta say, I was pretty impressed. I tried to watch most Vegas games if I could. We have a package here in Canada that allows us with Rogers to watch out-of-town hockey, and I was watching Vegas play, and they actually looked pretty good. So I know it's just the preseason, you shouldn't really look too much into it, but you never know. They were scoring a lot of goals, so I mean, and that's without James Neal too, which is interesting.
Here in the third lead pass, here comes the former star over to another former star, Neal. Cody Eakin to James Neal, and he lobs it over top of a sprawled Kari Lehtinen.
I think they might surprise people this year for sure. I mean, it's going to be an interesting season for them. Of course, they shouldn't have any expectations as well, but we lost John Merrill for a few weeks. They shouldn't have any expectations like us, so I'm impressed. I was impressed with what I saw for an expansion team. I think the format for drafting this year was a little bit different in terms of the expansion draft, but yeah, well, I don't know. I don't want to look too much into a good preseason, because Colorado went undefeated in the preseason last year, and you saw what happened with them. So I mean, anything could really happen. But yeah, I was thoroughly impressed with what I saw, and I don't think they're going to be as bad as people might think that they will be. We're not going to take this trade again, but should be very interesting. I'm just trying to find a spot to play Pickard, because I do want to give him a spot, but we're playing against some pretty... Okay, we'll put him here. Pickard's really letting us down this year. He just lost 6-2 to Columbus, so I'm not going to put as much stock into him. Not that I really did. I feel like I was focusing on him a lot. Cody Franson and a 5th that we would get in exchange for Derek Roy, Clayton Stoner, and a 6th. That's actually not a bad trade because we do shed some cap. Not that we really need to worry about cap. And Cody Franson's not a bad defenseman. He is an offensive defenseman as well, so he wouldn't be too bad in terms of fit on our team. But we have too many defensemen. We already went through this issue, so we're going to decline this trade. Okay, Oscar Lindbergh pulled his groin, so let me put in a forward, and we'll go from here. So Carlson was out for 1 game. So, okay, and here we go. Another injury. Jason Garrison is out with a sprained ankles, so he's out until February 15th, so just a few weeks. So let me put in Miller, and we'll go from here. I am feeling good about the Okay, so Fleury is out with a broken ankle. Estimated to return, well, that's not English. He's estimated to return March 28th of this year. All right, so we got to call up somebody to play backup. All right, so Calvin Pickard, you have been underwhelming this year, but you have to start now. So good luck. We have to call up a goalie as well. We don't have any good goalies. I guess we'll just bring up Dansk. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, so this is really going to change the season around because we lost our starting goaltender. I don't know if Fleury was doing well up until this point. So he had a losing record. Okay, but okay. So it is what it is. Again, no expectations. So let me just throw Dansk into the lineup. Pickard, you're gonna be our starter now. So you better step it up. You better step it up. I might actually go and sign a backup just for a year, just in case. I'll have to make a decision on that. I will do that in a bit. But yeah, this is a big blow to the team. I mean, I don't know. We're not doing too well. Okay. Let me just edit the. Let me get back to the sim. So this is taking an interesting turn, for sure. I don't know what's happening now. I thought maybe we could pull something off. We're not doing well, so I guess we weren't really gonna make the playoffs. But yeah, this really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter at this point. We're losing a lot. Pickard's playing, as you can see, so we are losing a lot. I have a bad feeling, however, that I feel like a lot of guys aren't going to want to sign with us when their contract's up because we're not a good team. You know what I mean? So, 4th and a 5th for... I don't know why everyone wants Derek Roy so bad. People are asking to take Stoner. So, I don't really care about Stoner at this point because he's not playing with us. But, yeah, a lot of people 8-0 loss. So, this is going poorly. This is going terribly. And Jason Garrison is out until March with a groin pull. So, that's great. Okay, I just got another trade offer for Roy and Stoner. I don't know. I guess I could trade them. Okay, I don't want Matt Bartkowski. Can't even speak. So Matt Bartkowski, no, I don't want you. I don't know why those guys want. I don't want my teams want those guys. They're not going to do you any good. But I guess I shouldn't be complaining again. Maybe I should just take it. Should I just take it? Get a 3rd and a 6th for 2 guys I'm not going to bring back next year. Yeah, screw it. Let's just take it. So we made our big first splash for sure. Big splash. And now Griffin Reihart's out, so let me do that. I might have to turn injuries down. Not off, just down a little bit, because here we go again. So I got to bring up a defenseman and put him into McNabb's spot because Miller's playing for Garrison, so let me do that. I feel like our offseason is going to go by horribly. Okay, that's good. I feel like our offseason is going to go by horribly because nobody wants to resign. I'll show you why. I'm going to show you why. So let me just show you our defense. So I brought up Jerry because why not? Look at Nate Schmidt, 72 or 73 overall. I think Colin Miller dropped a bit as well. I think everybody is dropping pretty much because nobody, well, not the forwards. Everyone's happy here. But Nate Schmidt dropped from a 78 to a 73 because he is angry with us. Not that he's like a key guy on the team, but he's red. Like his look at that, he's red. He says he has no concerns. And apparently he's got some low locker room chemistry with Yager. I mean, if I'm going to take Yager's word over yours, that's true. Of course I am. So, Nate, just chill, all right? Just chill. So we got Brandon McNabb back. Let me put him in the lineup. Yeah, this is going to be a rough offseason for us because I feel like just not a lot of guys are going to want to re-sign. The deadline is almost upon us. I don't really have anything to trade away. I don't even know where we would even get started because I don't know what the team's going to look like next year. There are a couple guys I do want to keep, so I'll go through that and I'll show you. Great. Okay, so I've dealt with all of the injuries. We are at the trade deadline finally after a very slow sim. We are 25, 29, and 8, and I did promise that I will show the guys I do want to keep. So let me go to our contract screen and let's see what we have. So I did realize, I forgot that this year, new to the game, is contract extensions mid-season. So James Neal is a guy I would like to bring back. He's doing very well for us, as it shows right here. So he's got 30 goals. I mean, minus 22, it is what it is. But 30 goals, I mean, you can't go wrong with. I don't want to let him walk, so I might want to bring him back, or I definitely want to at least. He doesn't want an extension, but that doesn't mean he won't sign one. Yager wants one. I mean, if he wants to play past 46, I feel like we might have to give him a contract. I did watch the game. Vadim Shipashev, I believe it's pronounced. So if it's wrong, please tell me, but that's what the commentators were saying. He's already good, so it's okay. Jonathan Marchessault is doing not too bad, I guess. Not too bad. I mean, that's a lot of assists, so might want to bring him back, probably get him cheap. David Perron is a guy I might want to bring back as well. I mean, it's just... maybe not. So there's a lot of guys. I'd have to build the roster for next year and take a look at what we have and take a look at who's going to head to free agency, but you usually aren't going to make any splashes in free agency, so I don't know, maybe I don't know what we got to do. So do we trade some guys now and try to get some stuff for the future, or do we just go with what we got into the offseason and sign who we need to sign? I don't really know, but please let me know, because we have some guys that we can bring back and want to bring back. I would like to bring back, so we'll see. And I can also sign guys to extensions. I feel like it's a rule where you can't sign a guy to an extension after the trade deadline. I feel like that might be a thing, but I'm not too sure. I mean, in the game rather, so we'll have to see if that's the case as well. But yeah, there are guys I would like to bring back, but I don't really know what we can do with this team. I really don't know, because we're not a good team. We're really not a good team. So I would be interested to see what you guys have to say, so please let me know if there are any moves that we should make, any guys that we should grab. I'm open to anything at this point, really, but I'll give it some time, and we'll see what you guys say, and I'll go over it myself and make some decisions. But yeah, so that's the Vegas Golden Knights. We are not doing well. Again, no expectations for this year. I guess it's a little bit of a downer that we're not doing well, but I guess I didn't, again, expect a whole lot from this team for this season. So I'm going to check the stats, and I'll check the standings first to see where we're at. So we're still 7th in the Pacific Division, ahead of the Oilers, who are still doing terribly, which is weird. It's still weird. But we are doing better than them, so that's the thing. But of course, the Calgary Flames are still dominating the Pacific. I believe, again, they are still leading the NHL in points, so it is what it is. We are not going to make the playoffs. We're definitely not making... we got 58 points, and we have to get... I mean, we're only 9 points out, but we're definitely not going to make it because there's so many other teams ahead of us, and we lost our starting goaltender, right? So we're not going to make the playoffs. So chalk this year up as a loss, but you know what? It is what it is. Here's the player scoring. So James Neal is leading the team with 54 points. He does have 30 goals as well, so that is pretty nice. Yager has 50, so he's getting a lot of points. For our standards, that's a lot of points. And only 14 goals, but it is what it is. I would love to see him get up to 20. That'd be a nice round number. And Shipashev's has 48 that's not bad for his first year. So, I mean, the team's not too... I mean, the points could be a lot better for sure. But guys are doing a lot better than I thought they would, to be honest. I thought we were not going to be doing well at all. Like, David Perron is not doing well. But it is what it is, right? It is what it is. I have no real expectations for this team. Fleury, well, I don't know if his season's not over technically, but he's 20 and 24. 20, 24 and 4, I should say. 20, 24 and 7, I should say. So, not too great. His goals against average was 3.12, so that's pretty bad. Oscar Dances is 5.52, so I'm not going to start him in any games whatsoever. And Calvin Pickard also has a losing record as well. So, yeah. One bright spot for this season, I guess, would be that Chicago's doing pretty well. 30, 26, and 7 is not a bad record. I don't know why it just switched. I didn't press anything. But Alex Tuch he's having a good year. I think he had like 50-something points in 60-something games, so that's not bad. He's actually listed as a fourth-line forward in this game, but I want to give him some good playing time in the AHL, so he's got top-line minutes there. So he's a guy we're going to have to give a look to next season, because I feel like we're going to be losing a lot of guys in this offseason and potentially at the trade deadline, so we will have to see what happens. Next video, we'll be getting through the trade deadline, making any trades, any moves that we need to make. We'll be finishing up the regular season, and I'm sure we're not going to make the playoffs, so we will be simming the playoffs and getting up to the draft, and we'll end there. We'll also follow Chicago in the playoffs if they make it. I guess they will. I hope they do. So we'll see what happens with all that. Let me know if any moves I should make, any trades I should make. You can let me know in the comment section below, or if you want to follow us on Twitter, you can do that at ONTGames. That's on Twitter at ONTGames. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching. And we'll see you next time.